Our Jackie House has the day off, but Bo Counts is here. We got a great show. Bo's here with some drinks that are going to get you ready for the big game, but also something special to help celebrate upcoming Valentine's Day. I
came
cannot
prepared,
wait for that.
Jason.
Yes, you did. And of course, we're all systems go for the Super Bowl. We're visiting with some folks who are using the big game weekend as an opportunity to give back. All of that, plus we introduce you to our adoptable pet of the week today, right here on Good Day NWA. And as I mentioned before, we are getting ready for the big game today. So, Bo,
Yeah,
sports
getting ready,
ball.
Taylor Swift Day.
Yes.
Isn't that what's happening?
Happy Taylor
Okay,
Swift Day,
yeah.
everybody. That's right. She's coming all the way back from Japan. So we're talking about what?
The big game.
Non-alcoholic drinks.
Yes, I thought I would take a little different spin because
Yeah.
this year's been really interesting. Non-alcoholic spirits, non-alcoholic cocktails and beers are on the rise. It is a huge growing category in the beverage market right now.
Sure.
And there are so many options to choose from. So if you want to go to that big game, that Super Bowl party, you want to, beer and wings always seems like a thing, but
Yeah.
maybe you don't want to imbibe, you're not drinking, you don't want to feel left out. There's so many cool things, and I brought a couple of my favorite NA
Okay.
beers. Here we've got Lagunitas Brewing. Everybody knows Lagunitas. They have an IP NA. It's an IPA with no alcohol. Corona's got an NA.
Wow, I didn't know these name brands. Yeah, cool.
Bitburger. It's a famous, German lager. And then the one that I've been drinking right now is Rick's Near Beer. Let's just go ahead and crack one
Near
open.
Beer. I like the title.
Yeah, and here, Jason, I'm going to
Okay.
pour myself a little bit. You have this.
Okay.
But one of the things that's really interesting is people say, they go, oh, well, why do these cost just as much as regular beer? I'm not getting alcohol. I'm not getting a buzz. It's actually harder to make these. They have to make beer.
Interesting.
But then sometimes they'll use vacuum distillation, reverse osmosis, arrested fermentation, all these scientific processes to get the alcohol out. So it's actually a harder and more complicated thing to make. So don't scoff at the price tag. Like, they're doing you a favor by
Right.
taking the alcohol out.
You know, initial thoughts on this, it tastes just like a
Tastes
beer.
like a beer.
It tastes like a beer. It's light, it's refreshing. Cheers. It's good. I love the title, Rick's Near Beer. Good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I do have a story about that. We were on vacation this summer, and Jill and I were going to get cocktails. My daughter was like, I want to try, can I get a non-alcoholic drink or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
We were like, sure. And then they brought us the price tag of that drink, and I was like, why is that more
These NA
expensive?
spirits, they're making these fancy ingredients to give you that experience of complex flavors. And sometimes when you don't have alcohol to work with, you have to really get creative.
Yeah.
And so at my bar, Pinpoint,
Yeah.
we've got a whole NA menu, lots of things and tinctures that we make, and NA spirits that are actually distilled spirits, but it goes a step further and removes the alcohol.
So you said, okay, so at these places, like these beer places, do they make their beer, like a Corona or Corona Light, and then they remove
And
the
then
alcohol?
they remove the alcohol. Or sometimes in the fermentation process, they stop it right before, the fermentation starts to create alcohol.
Okay, fascinating.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff.
That's great, yes. Well, we want to see your pictures too, whatever kind of way you're celebrating Super Bowl this weekend. Send those photos and videos to us over at pics@knwa.com. Love to see you out there having a good time. And speaking of having